to our Cognosphere 2023, where innovation meets curiosity. Today, we embark on the journey through the wonders of science, showcasing the incredible projects and discovering that our brilliant mind have brought to life. Prepare to be amazed, enlightened, and inspired as we delve into the fascinating world of scientific exploration. Without further delay, let the cognitive sphere begins. Let us gather in harmony. Let us gather in the harmony as we embark on the soulful journey through the realms of prayer. As we prepare our hearts for prayer song, let these words resonate within us. Prayer is not asking, it is a longing of soul, said by Mahatma Gandhi. May the melody of our collective prayers uplift our spirit and bring solace to our souls. Let this music guide us into the moment of reflection and gratitude. I request every one of you please rise up for prayer song.
Namo Siddhanam, Namo Yariyanam, Namo Vajayanam, Namo Loya Sabasahunam, Eso Panjanamo Karo, Saha Pava Banasano, Mangalalam Sansavisam, Paramam Havaye Mangalam.
In the words of Kaniyan Pungundanar, Yadum Ure Yavarum Kere, translate to us all tongues are one, all men our kin. Let this word inspire a sense of unity and inclusivity as we sing our state anthem with reverence and love. Let the echoes of our collective voice symbolize the strength of our Tamil identity.
நீராறும் கடலொடுத்த நிலமடர்ந்த கெழிலொழுகும் சீராரும் பகமலன திகழ்பவர அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுறை திசையின் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே நம்மை புறம்பியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்வுகுமே வாழ்வுகுமே.
Thank you, ma'am. A very good morning to all of you. Today marks a momentous occasion as we gather here for our event. The air is filled with excitement, anticipation, and promise for unforgettable moments. We are delighted to welcome each and every one of you to this celebration of Cognosphere Expo. This grand event is not just a gathering, it's a convergence of dreams, talents, and shared experiences. We have come together to create memories, connections, and bask in the joy of this special day. Today, we are honored to have a distinguished individual who exemplifies this statement. We have the chief guest of our school, Igasajni ma'am. Welcome ma'am, your presence enriches our lives and elevates this occasion. We have one more guest with us today, D. Lakshmi ma'am, the DRO. D.S. Vijayalakshmi ma'am is a 2013 batch deputy collector. Welcome ma'am to the JPS. In the tapestry of our gathering today, we are graced with the presence of a leader whose vision shapes the very fabric of our success. As Henry Ford once said, coming together is a beginning, staying together is a progress, and working. It is with immense honor that we welcome our Managing Director, Kuldeep sir,
whose leadership has propelled us towards the unprecedented success. Your presence signifies not only leadership, but a commitment to shape success, sir. In the canvas of today's event, we are honored to welcome a guiding force whose leadership lights the way of our academic journey. Helen Keller once said, "Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much." It is with great pleasure that we extend a warm welcome to our principal, sir. Welcome, educators and esteemed audience. In the words of Nelson Mandela, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Let's join hands and make this event a power of knowledge. Hello, bright minds beyond the classrooms. A very warm welcome to Cognosphere Expo, where curiosity knows no bound. As we gather from various corners, let's embody the words of Albert Einstein. The most important thing is to not stop questioning. Today, let a collective quest for knowledge transcend school walls. May this expo be a playground for your ideas, and may the echoes of discovery resonate far beyond the traditional boundaries of education. Cheers to a day filled with exploration and innovation. A hearty welcome to this event, where moments turn into memories and connections are forged. As we gather, let the words of Helen Keller resonate. Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. Embrace the collective energy, share your enthusiasm, and make this event a truly special one. Here's to a memorable and enriching experience. I once again welcome each and every one of you to the celebration of Cognosphere Expo. Thank you and welcome.
அகர முதல எழுத்தெல்லாம் ஆதி பகவன் முதற்றே உலகு. அகர முதல எழுத்தெல்லாம் ஆதி பகவன் முதற்றே உலகு. தஜம் ததடிதாம் ததிங்கன்னத்தும் தரகிடுதும் தகதகிடுதும் தகதிகு தரகிடு தகதா தக்க தஜம் ததனதி ததிங்கன்னத்தும் தரகிடுதும் தகதகிடுதும் தகதிகு தரகிடு தகதை தஜம் தரகிடு தகதாம் ததிங்கன்னத்தும் தக்க தஜம் தரகிடு தகதை ததிங்கன்னத்தும் தாதஜம் தரகிடு தகதி தஜம் தரகிடு தகதும் தஜம் தரகிடு தகதம் தஜம் தரகிடு தகத தஜிதா ததனதா தஜனுதா ததிமிதா ததடிதாம் ததனதாம் Tajanutam, Tadivitam, Tatadita, Tajanata, Tajanuta, Tadivita, Tadin, Ginatum, 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 அகர முதல எழுத்தெல்லாம் ஆதி பகவன் முதற்றே உலகு. அகர முதல எழுத்தெல்லாம் ஆதி பகவன் முதற்றே உலகு. அகர முதல எழுத்தெல்லாம் ஆதிபகவன் முதற்றே உலகு இருள் சேரிரு வினையும் சேரா இறைவன் பொருள் சேர் புகழ் புரிந்தார் மாட்டு இருள் சேரிரு வினையும் சேரா இறைவன் பொருள் சேர் புகழ் புரிந்தார் மாட்டு சனி பக பகரி சனி சரி கரி சனி சிக பகரி சனி சரி கபனி கரி சனி சனி பகரி சனி சனி பக சனி பகரி கரி சரி சனி சனி பகரி சனி சனி பக சனி பகரி கரி சரி சனி சனி பகரி சனி சனி பக
யாத்த மொழி கம்பன் பாடிட பொருள் இந்த மூத்த மொழி வாழ்தலுக்காய் ஈரடியில் வாசகங்கள் தந்த வள்ளுவன் குரலுக்கு வாய்த்த மொழி திருமுறையோடு நிறைவான பாய்மொழியில் தமிழ்மொழி பொருள் வீடு தூய தமிழ் கலைகளினை மறக்காதே அதன் உண்மையினை அறிந்து வியக்காதே
I heartily welcome Mrs. Neha Saji ma'am, welcome ma'am, and Mrs. Vijayalakshmi ma'am, welcome to our school. Can you give a big round of applause? In the wise words of Aristotle, the more you honor someone, the more you give them the power to disappoint you. Today, we are confirmed that our chief guest will only exceed our expectation. I call up Kuldeep Surana sir to felicitate our chief guest, Mrs. Neha Saji ma'am. Please come here and give a big round of applause.
Later I explain the meaning of this particular Tamil Kural. During the last cyclone, I had come across an African fables. A story about a king is preparing his son to take charge of his kingdom. The king commanded his son to go to the forest to learn the rhythms of the forest. After his short visit, he back to his kingdom. What did you hear? Asked by the king. The boy answered, The boy answered, the role of line, the role of a line. After his several visits, the boy became more clever and returned to report his father that he now would hear the flatter of the butterflies. The king still sent him back. To be the future king of the kingdom, he must learn to see dangers in silence and hope in the sunrise. Hope in the sunrise. So the prince became wiser and stronger. I am connecting this particular African fable with Tamil couplet. I can repeat the Tamil couplet. Tampurul, en padam, makkal, அவர் பொருள், தம் தம் வல்வினை வரும். What does that mean? Your children are your fortune. Say the wise. But they build their fortune with their own deeds. In fact, it is too difficult for parents to see their children struggle and suffer. But the pain is inevitable. The pain is inevitable. We have to understand this particular case. Gibran says very beautifully about parenting. You are the bows. You are the bows from which your children has that living arrows. Living arrows. The archer is the mark upon the best of the infinite, and he makes you bend so the arrows go far. The arrows go far. So what I am trying to tell you, please let your child to fall. Please let your child to taste of the failure, because the success is not measured by how much high we go. The success is always measured by how many times we bounce back when we fall down. There are some people to rise to fall. There are some people to rise to fall. There are some people fall to rise. We JPS are always teaching and inculcating the first category. We are allowing them to fall. Then only they can understand certain things. I hope, being a parent, you have to support your child to learn from their mistakes. This is what we wanted to tell you. Cognosphere 23 is one of the best events for this particular proverb. So I may request all the parents, please stay back till the end of this program. You can visit all the exhibits. Thanks for coming, and wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Thanks for coming. Have a good day ahead. Jai Hind.
The true measure of the event's significance in the presence of chief guests like Niga Sajir ma'am and Vijayalakshmi ma'am. Welcome you both of you ma'am. Your wisdom is our guiding light. I welcome Miss Radha ma'am, middle school coordinator, to talk few about our chief guest.
It is with great pleasure and honor that we have welcomed distinguished guests today, ISRO scientist Niga Saji ma'am. Ma'am, it's my proudest, immense pleasure to stand before you, ma'am. Thank you for the wonderful opportunity, ma'am. Her achievements in the field of space science are truly inspiring, serving as a beacon of inspiration for all aspiring scientists. Niga Saji ma'am's journey with Indian Space Research Organization exemplifies dedication, innovation, and a relentless pursuit of knowledge. As we extend our warmest welcome, let us seize this opportunity to delve into the realms of space exploration through her experiences and insight, ma'am. May this interaction with ma'am ignite the curiosity and passion for science among our students, encouraging them to reach the stars and dream big. Ma'am is a program director, lower Earth orbit and planetary missions, responsible for the development all the ISRO developed low Earth orbits project, orbiting spacecraft and interplanetary missions. A strong woman looks a challenge in the eye and gives it a wink. As to at age the 59-year-old ISRO scientist Niga Saji ma'am, who made heads turned toward her maiden solar mission, Aditya L1 satellite project. Can we give a very big round of applause? Ma'am is a proud of her country. To private channel, there is no, ma'am has uttered, there is no discrimination or inequality towards women anywhere in the ISRO centers across the country. We are recognized for our work and abilities. We should work faith in the future that will make us sit in the front row. Quoted by ma'am, the will to excel made the Shengotai, native scientist whose workers worship mantra, took her to the dizzy heights to get accolades from across the globe for her outstanding feat. According to ma'am, ISRO offers a conducive and comfortable environment for women on par with their male counterparts. No doubt, a word of encouragement to girls pursuing their engineering to try to their luck at ISRO. Born at the gateway to God owns country, to Sheikh Miran and Grafton Fana, Zaitun Bivi, a homemaker, she made her SRM Government Girls Higher Secondary School proud by becoming the school topper both in SSLC and in plus 2. Even while pursuing her BE in Electronics and Communication Engineering at Tirunelveli Government Engineering College, ma'am made her mind to make it big after course. After completing her master's at Birla Institute of Technology in Ranchi, she opened a space carrier with Satish Dhawan Space Center in 1987 and later held various significant roles at the UR Rao Satellite Center in Bengaluru. She eventually became the project director of Aditya L1 and also headed the Satellite Telemetry Center at ISRO, Bengaluru. The rest forms part of a success story. Presently, Nigar ma'am residing in Bengaluru with her mom and the daughter, while her spouse works as engineer in the Middle East and her son, following her mom's footsteps, is also a scientist in the Netherlands. Ma'am's daughter and pursuing her medicine. Likewise, ma'am's brother, Shaikh Salim, a retired professor of physics at Alva Karuchi College and an alumnus of IIT Madras. Interestingly, is a Rotarian and former Rotary District Governor. Can we give a big round of applause for ma'am having chief guest today for all experience, ma'am. Following this will be the question hour by all the young aspirants. After the successful launch of Aditya L1, SRM School Headmistress Tamilvan expressed her happiness that Nigar ma'am had made the institution proud and termed that her hard work had paid off well. She had a vision right from her school days. We should also have, all the young aspirants should have the same, right from her school days to take up a space career and leadership. Aditya L1 project is a milestone in ma'am's career. Again, with a prouded hands and with a bowing head, I request a step further. Ma'am's enthuses her clan to pursue their dreams with confidence and ISRO give a recognition based on merit and abilities rather than a gender. Indeed, ma'am is a strong woman since she is raised by strong women too. Once again, I welcome Nigasha ma'am to our school with a much great enthusiasm. Can we give a big round of applause from all young aspirants? Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for being here. Followed by this, we are going to have an interactive session. As we embark on the interactive segment of our event, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome each one of you. The heartbeat of an engaging gathering lies in the conversation we share. And today we will be having the spirit of not just hearing, but actively engaging with our distinguished chief guest, Nigasa ji ma'am. So put on your thinking caps and prepare your questions. Over to ma'am for the address, please.
Good morning, all. Say good morning loudly. Thank you. Okay. See, it's always, first of all, thank you for the opportunity to be with you all. See, I'm seeing me in you all. So, I'm very sure that you people will take yourself as well as the country to the greater heights. So, it's a promise you have to give me that you will do your best and improve yourself as well as the country. And if you take any society, two things which deter any society as well as the individual's development or as well as the country's development. It's one is the poverty and the other is the ignorance. So education is the tool to eradicate ignorance and thereby we can uplift our society. See, post independence, our country was fighting against poverty, and now we are in the, from the, we have developed from a poor country to a developed country and hope soon we will be a developed country. So, since education, it's actually a tool to have to improve your critical thinking, to improve your personality, to take away your ignorance. See, the knowledge is the main thing which makes you be not an ignorant person. That gives you, see, because of ignorance, the fear comes in you because of ignorance. Once you are if you understand the things and your fear will go and you will blossom into yourself. So it's always keep your eyes and ears open. It's more than the school, in the school, more than the studies, your peer interactions and your observing the things will make you a better person, and it will help you in coming out of your ignorance and fear, and you will be a better person. So that the education is a tool for your improving your critical thinking and the innovative skills, and thereby and your inculcate a temperament, scientific temperament. See, science is the basis through which the science and technology is very well related. Science, if you see science, from science, if you take now, you might have all read and studied that so fundamental Newton's law of motion, if you take, and Faraday's law of electromagnetism and Kepler's planetary motion, and the famous Newton's relativity is, these are all the basis laws which made which governs the aerospace engineering as well as the spacing. These are all the basic laws through which we develop the technology. And technology, if you take these, all these laws which helps us to understand the evolution of the universe, that cosmic process. And this science gives you insight which makes the technology to develop tools. So in turn, the tools what you develop in technology will feed back to science. So thereby it's a circle, science, technology, and with the education, science, technology, and that in turn all together will improve our economy. So they are playing a direct role in our economy, thereby we can get rid of the poverty. So education and the science, that scientific temperament will be the basic requirement for a development of the country. And if you see the semiconductor, or it all started from the Neil Bohr's atom. He found out that atom exists, protons exist, electron. From there it started the semiconductor technology. And today, see, when I joined ISRO, it was like the one computer means it will be occupying a huge room. You people might not have a chance to see that type of computer. It will be a huge room. Now that same room computer is in your hands as a mobile, as a laptop, as a notepad. So that's the technology which developed. But it's all started from the fundamental science, which is from the atoms theory. And see, like this, and that is the most important invention of the century, and the computers. And now slowly we are moving towards the quantum communication, optical communication, and everybody would have heard of artificial intelligence and machine language. So that is the way it goes. So as we grow, but finally, as we grow, as we develop, as we use more and more technology, that means we are fast depleting the resources of earth also. So now that's why there is lot of concerns of climate, as you are aware, because of all this growing, our waste management is not proper, and we use lot as the comforts increase, as we deplete the natural resources, we are moving into another way of short of resources, and now the the need of the hour is the sustained development. We should use the natural resources less and use again the technology comes handy to have this sustained development also. So whenever when you are studying, be focused on the fundamentals and learn fundamentals thoroughly, over which anything during your any lifetime you can build things over that. And also learning is not going to stop with the school or college or by profession. It's a lifelong process, and you please continue be a learner, because in Tamil there is a saying, கற்றது கையளவு கல்லாதது உலகளவு. So that you keep it in mind. What we learn, what we know is very, very, very small and tiny, and what we don't know is a huge like sea. So better always be a learner, be a learning process, and it's not science alone, because we need all walks of life for a holistic societal development. So keep whatever you are passionate, whatever you do with commitment, sincerity, and be passionate. See, if, in ISRO there is a culture, everyone feels that whatever they do is their pride. We take pride in what we are doing, and we are very passionate about what we are doing. So I think these are all the two things which gives us more success as ISRO and to the country. So my sincere advice is to be passionate and sincere of what you are doing, and put not just dreaming or passionate about something is not sufficient. You have to put a very hard work. So hard work never fails you. So be I definitely wish you all in your future endeavors. Just being in space, I just want to tell about space something. So why space is challenging, what way space is different. So what we see is, it's like Earth. In space we don't have an atmosphere, it is totally vacuum, and the temperatures, if you see, it will be very hot to plus 200 to minus 200 it will be. And also we'll have, because as you know, sun, see, that's why we have Aditya mission, that it continuously ejects the radiations and the ionized particles that will be hitting the spacecraft which flies above the atmosphere or the interplanetary one, because this galactic particles and the sun particles are flowing continuously, and we need to protect our, if we have a spacecraft in space, we need to this hostile environment of vacuum, temperature, and radiation. These three things has to be protected. So that's how we build the spacecraft which can withstand or protect it from the radiation, vacuum, and the temperature. And one more thing is that the most important thing is it's always remote. See, like if you take a car, so if you on the way when you are riding, if it has a problem, you can immediately open the bonnet and see what is the problem and repair it. But in space, it's all remote. We get few status of all the systems through remotely, through as a through RF signal we will get. From there, we have to assess what may be the problem and how we have to do it, how to direct it. So all those things has to be done totally remotely. And so space is also one thing which is quite unpardoning. So we need to do lot of tests. See, actually if we take our one project development, 40% is our design and 60% is the testing. And also if you take Chandrayaan 3 or Aditya, see, we need to test a lot of things, because in moon, the gravity is 1/6 and it is, there is no atmosphere. So we need to test the systems to suiting to that conditions. And also we cannot simulate the entire thing. Suppose, see, in the Chandrayaan, if you take, we have to fly from 30 kilometer, and we have to kill the velocity by the time it reaches the ground to 0 kilometer per second. So this entire generation or entire test we cannot conduct at Earth. We need to conduct in a portion of it, or we have to stitch it further. So it's always not that exactly we will not be able to. That's why in space failures are more. We will not be able to simulate the entire thing always actually in ground. So how well we anticipate the failures, and that's how the project will be successful. So this is the basic difference of what we do in space to what we do at Earth. So that makes it so challenging, and I'm really, really happy to be part of this ISRO, to have an opportunity to do such this niche area of space science and contribute to contribute my whatever I can contribute towards that. And it is a big team effort, because if you take an Aditya L1 project, maybe some 200 to 300 people will be working on that. We have separate teams for each branch of engineering, and they will be doing what they are supposed to do. That's how it's a big team effort, and it's really nice to work. See, I always feel morning going to office is I'm going there to do my hobby. That's how I feel. So that gives me a lot of pleasure in working, and wishing you all the very best for all your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for your inspiring speech. I hope the young aspirants would have noted it. And without further delay, let's dive into this unique opportunity to interact with our beloved ma'am and learn from the insights of her. Welcome to the interactive session, and let's make it a memorable one and exchange of ideas and experiences. Over to ma'am. First question from the school, Devi Academy. I request Devi Academy to raise up and ask the first question, please.
Namaste, ma'am. This is Academy School, and I would like to ask you a question.
Yeah, please.
How does ISRO help in the public and educational institutions to promote space education and awareness?
Yeah, see, we have a program which is called, I'm not getting the name, because we conduct normally in the month of January, and we will normally publish in our website that we we will conduct a test for the school students of standard 9 and 11 all over India can participate, and the selected students, which may be around 50, can attend a 2-week residential program at ISRO, and we will give you an overview of what we are doing, some hands-on experience, some visits to our labs. And so you can have, that's one program we have got. Apart from that, we can visit our centers. Anytime you can write to our URL of Satellite Center, and as a school team you can visit and have just an awareness or a visit to our facilities. And also during our, what we do is we celebrate normally October World Space Week. So during that time, our scientists and engineers will cover all over Karnataka to all the schools, and they will give an awareness of our programs and things. And also we have National Science Day. We celebrate February 28th. That's Vishweshwaraya's birthday. So that time also we conduct a lot of competitions for the entire Karnataka schools. But similarly, each center, we have centers all over India. So each one will be covering some of the states around it. So this is the only way we interact with the students. Apart from that, the colleges, they can have their internship in our centers. PG people can do a 6 months project work. They can apply and do the project work. And we have also some programs with the institutes can respond to our requirements of problems. So that way we will fund them and they can do some work for us. This is how we interact with the academia.
Can we give a big round of applause? Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the answer. Next would be RMK Senior Secondary School. Can you please ask your first question? RMK Senior Secondary School.
Hello ma'am, this is ND Durkeshwar from RMK Senior Secondary School. So here is my question. So Aditya L1 was being launched abroad by the PSLV C57. So the first PSLV was developed by IRS into the sun's synchronous orbits. So what are these orbits referred to? And is there any particular purpose for sending the Aditya L1 into this orbit, into this particular orbit?
No, actually we have, normally the satellites we have is, one is the sun synchronous or the low earth orbit. The sun synchronous is why it is means that the orbit, no, it moves with the sun. See, every day you will get the sun's inclination at local time same. So that is the characteristics of the orbit that precedes with the daily rotation of the earth. Another one is we can have lot of low earth orbits with a particular inclination. See, some of the signs they require particular. Again, the inclination is defined by which is the area what you want to observe on earth. You know, earth, there are latitudes and longitudes. So as the latitude, because when spacecraft goes in an orbit, it can have cameras which can see a particular portion only. It cannot see the entire earth. It doesn't have the field of view. So that's how we define the orbit. Depends on the application. We'll go for sun synchronous. Then the vehicle is not defined by the orbits. The rockets are defined by their carrying capacity of the payload. So PSLV can carry 1500 kg spacecraft only, and that also it depends on higher orbits, the mass will become less, and when it goes to lower orbit, mass will become. And for the communication satellites, we have a geosynchronous. That is, you need always, it will be seeing the earth. It moves with the speed of rotation of the earth, the orbit. So it always is that the lower earth orbit will not see the same place, see the place always. It will be for a particular time it sees, and again next day only it will see the particular space. And so this is how the orbits are done. Apart from that, Aditya and all, it is an interplanetary mission. It leaves the Earth's sphere of influence and it travels along as like Earth, it orbits around the sun. It orbits around the, finally it will get inserted in the means it will be pulled to the attraction of the other planet. So these are all the various, and depends on the application, we'll have different orbits.
Happy morning. Happy morning, ma'am. This is
morning.
Ramana of grade 8, and here is my question. How does Aditya Solar Wind Particle Experiment aspects and in situ payload installed in Aditya L1 finds or rather analyzes solar wind particle protons and heavier ions with directions? How does it help in the research ISRO is conducting?
Yeah, this we have in Aditya imaging payloads as well as the in situ. In situ means it will directly, so you might have heard that from the sun, lot of ionized particles will be traveling, hydrogen, helium ions and all. So this is mainly these aspects, whatever you are telling, this instrument is to measure the direction of the particle, the speed of the particle which it comes. So mainly it is to give a warning that later, it is to develop a space weather model later if there is a solar storm or something is coming, that depends upon the intensity and the helium and hydrogen ions ratio, the direction, it's all done by the electrostatic analyzers. So they calculate that, and so at any point of time they will be able to tell that at what velocity the ions are streaming from the sun and what direction it comes. Is it in the direction of the earth, or because as the sun rotates, it's only in particular way it comes only, it will be hitting the earth or above the spacecraft which is orbiting around the earth. So this is an instrument which does those measurements.
Thank you.
I request all the parents to be seated, please. It's a lifetime opportunity to have an interaction session with ma'am. I request the audience to be a little more patient. Next will be Prasann Vidya Mandir, Senior Secondary School.
Coming from Prasann Vidya Mandir. Ma'am, it is said that in 5 billion years, the sun will eventually lose its energy and it lose grow out of its stable phase. Will Aditya L1 do any research about this? And ma'am, also, the Aditya L1 is neither close to Sun, it is just 1% of Earth and Sun's distance. Then why it is actually named as Aditya?
No, it's first of all, it's named as Aditya because in Sanskrit, Aditya means sun, and this spacecraft is studying about the sun. So it is named as Aditya, and it is going to be around the L1 point. That's why it is Aditya L1. L1 is Lagrangian points we call. You can go back and refer it to your mobiles and internets. It's a point where the sun and earth gravitational pulls will be balanced. It will be almost zero at that point. So you can have a spacecraft, it will act as an imaginary planet at that point. That point is 15 lakh kilometer from earth, and total distance of sun earth is 150 lakh kilometers. So that's how it is 1% closer to the sun. So it is that point is the beauty of that point is that point travels with the earth. So always the spacecraft which is orbiting around the L1 will have an opportunity to see the sun 24/7. So it moves in the earth and there is no occultation or there is no disturbance from any other thing. So always, so that is the advantage of that point. So it is to study the sun. So at L1, so that's how it is named as Aditya L1. And any solar system, it's like, no, in our Milky Way galaxy itself, billions of solar systems are there. This is what we exist here is one of the solar system. This solar system always, it is second generation star, we call it. So this has, but how it is the hydrogen helium fusion, what is happening in the sun, which gives out energy and light. That's how we are existing today. So anything, there is a finite amount. So in sun also there is a finite amount of helium and hydrogen. So this is what is expected at, it lasts for only 10 billion years. So by that time that all the hydrogen helium will get exhausted and the star will go to the dying state of dwarf and it will become a black hole and it will either become a black hole or supernova or something. So already we have crossed 4.6 billion. So we have life again the remaining 10 billion.
To the continuous launches, the silicon demand has soared. Can carbon nanometers and silicon chips and graphene chips can prove to be a better
Use in that structural materials presently, and it is a candidate for semiconductor technology to have our chips, and but the work is going on. Still, it is not very full-fledged where we can manufacture something. So that's going on, and it is a great candidate for the semiconductor.
Check. There's this equipment called solar coronagraph. I would like to know the usage of this equipment, ma'am. And I am very, very keen to know if there are upcoming missions where we'll be using more such equipments that will be great for our use, ma'am, in ISRO.
Can you repeat which instrument?
Solar coronagraph, ma'am.
Coronagraph. Okay. See, that is a major instrument in Aditya L1. The coronagraph is normally, when you have sun eclipse, Surya Grahanam you might have seen. So that time only you can see the sun will be eclipsed by the moon and you see the outer ring. Outer ring of, that is the atmosphere of the sun is called corona. That expands vastly to the entire, because we don't have an exact measurement or it cannot be confined as this is the width of the corona or anything. So whatever the outer atmosphere is called the corona. So here from earth, if you want to view that, only in eclipse time you can view. So what this instrument does is, it internally we have optics which puts around, which takes out the, there is like one occulter that masks the center of the sun and only the outer whatever is coming out. That it's actually, this instrument is an imaging instrument that images the corona in visible as well as IR band. Okay. So it is mainly to study about the coronal mass ejections which happens and also the magnetic field what is in the sun. For all those things, this instrument we use.
Thank you, ma'am.
over to Prasanna Vidya Mandir for one more promising question, please.
Ma'am, I have heard that Parker Solar Probe, which was the mission done by the Applied Physics Laboratory, reached a very long distance towards the sun. Then why didn't ISRO aim towards the sun? There is so many benefits in pointing the space towards Lagrangian point. And what is the uniqueness that the gravitational equilibrium for the Lagrangian point, ma'am?
No, the uniqueness in the sense that's what it acts as, because it is almost balancing and it will be a low gravitational pull point. It acts like moon or Venus or any other planet. It is like an imaginary planet. See, around any planet we can have a spacecraft like that. This point, and also as I explained, it has an advantage 24/7 we can observe. That is the uniqueness of the point. All the solar studies normally they do at this point. And talking about solar probe, that is a mission which which has gone. That is the mission which has gone till now very close to the sun. But very close to the sun means it's also like 20-30% of the sun. But it is not orbiting around the sun. It just makes a flyby and do the measurement and comes back. Because going closer and closer to the sun, you should have good thermal protection system, because the temperature is very high. You should have a thermal protection system which can protect your spacecraft from that technology we don't have till today. So we are in the process of developing. So that's why we go here for the study, and mainly our goal is different than the solar probe. So that's how we do it here.
Thank you, ma'am. Next we have Ritik of Jain Public School.
Studying in Jain Public School, there are so many galaxies in this universe. Is it possible to find all of them? If so, when and how can we find all of them?
You are asking about life?
No, ma'am. Galaxies in the universe.
Galactic neighbors.
No, galaxies in this universe. There are so many of them.
Yeah.
When and how can we find them? And is it possible to find them?
No, it's possible, because anything is possible. As the technology, you don't know. Yes, some 50 years back, you would have never thought we'll have all this technological development. So, the course of time, it can, because presently, what we are, so the Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 are all the missions which had traveled or crossed our Milky Way galaxy. So in the galaxy itself we have thousands of millions, billions of solar system. So it's possible to image or observe. And also we have lot of missions which try to identify, is there any possibility of life in any of these systems. It again depends on, as you go far and far, and the signal strength, what you get, because as the light years of, if you say that our nearer neighbor Alpha Centauri itself so many light years away, it takes maybe some years for the light to come and reach Earth. So we are trying to, there are a lot of probes we are studying, it's all by imaging. And over the years, first of all, the thing which is limiting us to going further and further is the propulsion system. We need to move that propulsion, and the propulsion what you can carry from a rocket is limited. So that's how everything is limited, and whole world is looking into alternate propulsion system, nuclear, because this Voyager 1 and 2, if you see, it's all because of, and also there are many techniques without propulsion, using the gravity of the planet itself we can move forward. So we are into this, all these things. So one day we may reach your other galactic new also.
Thank you, ma'am. Last question from Devi Academy.
Good morning, ma'am. I am Pooja Karishma from Devi Academy. My question is that if a wormhole were to connect two regions of the universe with different physical constants, what consequences might this have in the laws of physics as we currently understand them?
No, can you repeat? I'm not.
If a wormhole were to connect two regions of the universe with different physical constants, what are the consequences might have for the law of physics, and we currently understand them?
not very I don't have a much hold on this wormhole, but it's for connecting two regions of the universe. That also people are studying to utilize it, as I explained, that without propulsion, how to use the natural way of conducting. So that is on the study. I don't know much about that wormhole, but as you, that laws of physics or anything, see, it's keep changing. See, today, whatever the laws, what we govern, some of the laws won't change, but tomorrow, with the more understanding, more finding, more validation, we may challenge it. So once we understood that Earth is center and every planet is moving, that was the law of that day. So by our science and findings, we have later understood the sun is center and everything. Like that, it's always change is inevitable with the validation and inventions. It's one day it will be challenged also.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for your patience. There were so many questions as well. Thank you for the young aspirants as well for the interesting questions. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great enthusiasm and curiosity that we have gathered here today to inaugurate our Cognosphere Expo, a celebration of innovation and discovery. This event is a testament to the creativity and the dedication of our young minds. Let's officially commence this voyage into the fascinating world of science. I invite Nigasa ji ma'am to kindly start off the Cognosphere Expo and set the stage for a day filled with inspiring exhibits. But I request the audience to have a 20-minute visit for Expo, and I request ma'am for a short video session, short photo session with us. I beg your pardon. Within 20 minutes, we will have an Expo visit, and I request ma'am and the JPS teachers to come onto the stage for a short photo session. Thank you. I request the JPS teachers and the fraternity to get ready for the photo session. Now I request the audience to join us for the Expo, and I request ma'am, please.
this NI team attack. So it's very common in this. In tech firms, there will be a network administrator who can possibly.
JPS Nitin, rower JPS. Nitin and his team, Nitin, Advait, Trinetra and Yogit. We are coming from the static winners covers. They will be facilitated. They will be rewarded with a cash prize. Next we have Sankara Global, Nazim Yashraj. Can we have the next team also near the stage, please? The static model winners are felicitated with the cash reward and the medal and the certificate. I request the winners to show your face for the photo session, please. We are finishing with the static 6 winners, that is for the cash reward winners. This is Sankara Global, Nasreen and Yashraj and its team. Next winner, Rathinam International School, Veera Mahadev and his team. Rathinam International School for Coimbatore, Veera Mahadev and his team. I beg your pardon, Veera Mahadev, sole participant. Can we give a big round of applause? Third static winner, Ratnam International School, Veera Mahadev is rewarded with the cash award, medal and certificate. Anirudh and his team. Anirudh and his team, Stick and Glam. Next team would be Sriniketan, who did the AI in space prediction. Can we have Sriniketan? Sriniketan School, kindly come on to the stage. The static winner, Devi Academy, Type 2 Diabetes. Can we give a big round of applause? Type 2 Diabetes team. I mean the team who represented for Type 2 Diabetes. Can we give a big round of applause for them? I request all the project managers and the team head please to accompany the children when they are having the moment of joy. We are moving forward to the dynamic models. The category of 7 to 12, I request have RMK Senior Secondary School, the next team, second position in dynamic model. RMK Senior Secondary School, second position. Their model was rover. Can we give give a big round of applause? They are felicitated with the trophies, certificates and medal. I request the project head to accompany the children, please. Happy to see the project managers also joining the stage. In the category of 7 to 12, the first position. In the category of 7 to 12, dynamic model, we have first position, Vinvendan and team, the rover model. Can we have Vinvendan and team and the project head onto the stage, please? Can I request the science department to come onto the stage, please? Sri Lakshmi ma'am, Anand sir, Sasidharan sir, Mary Justin ma'am, Rekha ma'am, Logeshwari ma'am. Third position goes to Sri Satya Anand Vidyalaya, AA in Agriculture. Sri Shanti Anand Vidyalaya, I beg your pardon. Sri Shanti Anand Vidyalaya, third position, AA in Agriculture. I request the project head to join the stage, please. Working model, and the topic was AI in agriculture. In the category of 3 to 6 dynamic model, we have JPS School, Jain Public School, Amudan and team. Again, can I request all the science department teachers and Sri Lakshmi ma'am to join them, please? School, AI in road safety. Can we give a big round of applause? Can we give a big round of applause? Sana Model School, AI in road safety. I request the project head to join the stage, please. Congratulations to all the winners, and let's applaud their remarkable achievement. All your participation certificates will be handed over by Purnima ma'am and Vidya ma'am in the room number 15. All the project managers can receive your participation certificates from Vidya ma'am and Purnima ma'am in room number 15.
Towards the conclusion of this inspiring gathering, it is now time to express our gratitude, to extend our heartfelt thanks and appreciation. I invite Lencial to deliver the oath of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, as we conclude this remarkable Cognosphere Expo, I extend heartfelt gratitude to each participant, exhibitor and visitor. In the words of Sir Isaac Newton, if I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants. Thank you for being the giants of knowledge and innovation today. Special thanks to our dedicated chief guests, organizers, teachers and students for making this event possible. Let the echoes of discover linger, and may the seed of curiosity planted here continue to bloom. Until we meet again, keep exploring and pushing the boundaries of what is known. Thank you.
विनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब हिंद गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभाशिष मागे कागे तव जय दाता जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता